Hey there, Papper people. It is Grandpa Lanky back for another ill-advised video. You've finally broken me. After every single PAP analysis I do through my website, AXG Sleep Diagnostics, people ask, hey, is this an average pressure? Is this normal? Am I normal? Everyone wants to know that. It's a giant wee-wee measuring contest, apparently. What is an average pressure for CPAP and bilevel? Average CPAP pressure, by the way, listen for a little context after this, but I'm gonna give it to you dirty right here. Average CPAP pressure, 11.4 centimeters of water. Average bilevel pressure for just typical run-of-the-mill folk, 14 as inspiratory pressure, 10 as an expiratory pressure. People with upper airway resistance syndrome, or who seem to have it, 20/14. Now, does that mean that if you're on CPAP, you should just rush out and change your pressure to 11.4? If you're on bilevel, should you just change your pressure to 14/10? No. Please don't do that. That's wildly stupid. Now, a couple of you ASV folk are like, what about me at this point? What about you? No, I'm just kidding. It's totally different. So with ASV, you should have something like chain stretch respiration, periodic breathing. If you have those things and you're on ASV, really you're just altering your EPAP min. We're not really talking about you guys right now. We're focusing more on the average pressures. In ASV, there's not really an average pressure. Okay, so why, if you're on CPAP, should you just not change it to 11.4? Well, the reason is everyone's very, very different. Some people have anterior posterior collapse or lateral collapse. Some people have a concentric collapse. If you have a concentric collapse of your airway, it's a lot different, requires a lot more energy. That's gonna get you in that upper airway resistance category. There's a lot of nuance to this. Here's one reason why. Where I got this data is doing strenuous research with all of my PAP therapy analysis clients through AXG Sleep Diagnostics. So I had 427 people use my service during the time period I looked at, which is a little over a year. And of the people who stayed on CPAP and we found that their pressure was resolved, I found that to be 11.4. Some people were higher, some people were lower. The normal is whatever you need, whatever opens up your airway enough that you breathe normally, sleep through the night, don't wake up. I don't recall the exact number of CPAP people, but some people were on CPAP and we moved to bilevel. So those people, 14/10, seem to be about the average pressure. And then very commonly, the people that had upper airway resistance syndrome, where they started off on CPAP, we kept increasing. Some people were able to get away with pressures of anywhere from 18 to 20, and most of them did have the EPR setting on 3. Those that switched to bilevel, they did have to use a pressure of 20/14, some 20/12, but basically in that ballpark. Now, a lot of these people were very like small framed, kind of slight. You wouldn't look at them and think, oh my God, they have obstructive apnea. There's no way. They tend to be smaller people with upper airway resistance, though that is definitely not any hard and fast rule. Now, the other thing with this is most of the people that do PAP therapy analysis with me have I'm gonna say like 90% are some type of an engineer. A large percentage of them are also physicians, and the rest of those are in tech. And then you have like 1% other, but largely it's like the average pressure of engineers and physicians and tech folk. So definitely take these numbers with a grain of salt. Should you just rush out and change your pressures? Absolutely not. Use data, use Oscar. You can download it for free at sleepfiles.com/Oscar, and really let the data at that point speak for itself. Now, something I always recommend, if you do change your pressures, you want to change them, I always say, bring your doctor into the loop. You don't have to be all sneaky about it. Mention it to them that you're going to do it, that you have reasoning behind it, and most of them are pretty cool about it. But your doctor does really have all of your medical history, so they may think otherwise and give you reasons why not to. Just keep that in mind before making any pressure changes. But are pressure changes going to kill you? No, they're not. And if someone thinks otherwise, please point me to the documented case of someone dying by changing their pressure. Do me a favor, guys. Check out the sponsor of this video, cpapsupplies.com, if for no other reason than because you want to save money. So what they do, they offer several different ways for you to help save money. They offer discount code 20Lanky. You can use that to save 20% on all items that are not a CPAP machine. The other thing you can do is you can use your loyalty rewards points. For every $100 you spend, you can save another $5 on your order. Also be looking out for a video. I have 25 products sold by CPAP Supplies that I love. You can save 25% off of these. This is a video coming up very soon, so be looking for that. But please check out the sponsor of my video, cpapsupplies.com. Hey, if you like this kind of content or this kind of shorter video, give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. Bye. Clean your stinky mask with some Mask Bright, available at Amazon. Thank you to all watching, but an extra thick thanks, buddy, to Doug Toombs, Jason Georgiades, Patricia Espelong, Sarvesh Joshi, Stuart Hetherington, Mona Swearingen, Chung-Chu Chen, Edward Steiner, and Shannon Kerr, and another slightly less thick thanks, buddy, to all the other YouTube members, Patreon supporters, and other stuff.